What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's REI Deal Breakdown. I am your host, Greg Helbeck, and on this video, I'm going to talk about a condo that I bought as a rental property in Newburgh, New York, and I'm going to talk about where I found the deal and what I paid for it and how I financed it and all that kind of stuff. So if you get value from today, if you can subscribe to the channel and like the video, it would mean a lot. If you're watching this on social media, if you can give me some feedback on this too. If you're watching this, it'd be great, and I can keep making more videos. So anyhow, oh, by the way, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Greg Helbeck. I bought well over 100 houses. I've been doing this business full-time, real estate investing for 5+ years. And my goal on these videos is to just provide content for people so they can take it and use it and be more successful. So I bought a property. This was in April of 2022, so 2 months ago. The way I found the property was my team was text messaging the seller. It was like a text blast kind of scenario. And the seller had a condo in Newburgh, a one-bed condo in, I forget what it's called, but it was on Barclay. The address is 1901 Barclay Manor. And the seller had a tenant in there, and she wanted to sell it on the cheap. She didn't want to deal with, a realtor, and she didn't want to deal with the tenant who's paying, and he's a great tenant. I was like, all right, let me look at it. And she was asking, I think she was asking $60,000 for the property, and I offered her $50,000, I believe. I forget what happened. No, $47,000. I don't know. It was a one-bed condo, but she was asking a pretty good price right off the bat. It's worth $80,000 fixed up, $70,000 as is. I think she was asking like $55,000 or $60,000. I ended up getting it for $45,000 at the end of the day. And the way that I funded the deal was I used my own personal money. I paid cash for it. It was a relatively small purchase. Obviously, not everyone has 45 G's laying around, but fortunately, through a bunch of wholesale deals and flips and, doing business for a while, had the money sitting in the account. So I was able to just use some money from my savings to pay cash for it. And the way I looked at it was I was like, you know what? I can have this 45 grand sitting in my bank account, or I could have this 45 basically making nothing, or I can put this $45,000 into an asset that already has built-in equity, so it's worth $70,000 as is. So I basically got a $25,000 equity bump just by buying the property. Oh, and the property pays me $1,100 a month. Out of that, nets me about $600 a month. So I can have my 45 grand sitting in the bank making nothing, or I could have my 45 grand in a property with equity, built-in equity, making me $600 a month profit. Obviously, if you're a common sense person, you're going to choose the second option. So paid cash for the property, and literally this was the whole deal. I paid cash, bought the property, called the tenant. I said, hey, man, your rent's $850. I got to bump it up to $1,100. Do you want to stay? He said, absolutely. We signed a lease for 13 months. He's paying me $1,100 a month. I've never been to the property. I don't plan to go to the property. I've never met the tenant. He's actually a pretty nice guy, and he's a hard worker, and I respect him, so I have no problem having him live in that property. And it's just a cash cow. I mean, the thing is just a cash cow. It's like a 12 cap. If you look at the ROI, it's like a 12 cap rate, which is really good. Not normal to find those. I wouldn't say deals like that come across my desk every day, but at the end of the day, that's a solid textbook rental to keep. A lot of properties I look at don't make sense as rentals. This one obviously makes sense as a rental. On the expense side, I got property taxes of $2 grand a year. I got an HOA of $281 a month. I got insurance premium of it's probably $600 a year. So the thing makes a bunch of profit, and it's a relatively passive investment. Obviously, there's still a little bit of work involved. I got to pay the taxes every quarter and make sure that the money comes in and goes out. But anyway, that's a deal. All right, that's a real deal from text message marketing. These types of deals are out there. If you think there's no deals in this market, you're wrong. You got to just do a lot of marketing. You got to make a lot of offers. You got to follow up. This one this property required 0 follow-up. It was right off the bat. Seller wanted to sell. We wanted to buy. So it wasn't too complicated there. And listen, it's a great rental property, right? I like condos as rentals, even though people don't like them for some reason. I don't know why. As long as the HOA is not fucked up, then honestly, condos make a lot of sense because you have less maintenance, because the HOA is basically the maintenance for the most part. So anyway, that's the deal. Hope you got value from it. If you did, if you can obviously share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to do a deal with me, if you're a wholesaler, you want to wholesale me a deal like that, or if you want to partner up on wholesale deals and you're in San Diego or the Hudson Valley, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. Send me an email. We can do some deals together. Hope you got some value today, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.